There is a famous quotation by a Scottish mountaineer and writer called William Hutchinson Murray, and I'll read it. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, ignorance of which kills all splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits, then providence moves. All sorts of things start to occur that help one that would never have occurred before. Well, this certainly is my experience in life. My professional background is in law. I was a highly successful lawyer in the City of London, London's equivalent to Wall Street. I worked for the top firm in the UK, specializing in structured finance. My clients were the top investment banks, multinationals, and governments. Although outwardly successful, inwardly, something remained deeply unfulfilled. I had a choice to remain in this career that I'd been working so hard for, or to follow my heart's calling and take a radical leap into the unknown. So that's what I did. I left the city and I entered into a period of deep introspection. And during this time, I got in touch with the nature of the reality of existence and my role within it. And I've never looked back. It was then that work became service for me, deeply motivated by a desire to serve humanity, Mother Earth, and all beings. Although law no longer resonated with me, I wondered if there could be a way that I could use these skills that I had acquired in service of life. Well, life responded, and it gave me a first opportunity. It came in the form of the imminent destruction of an ecosystem of global ecological importance and a disempowered community who believed that change was not possible. Well, the chief conservation officer of the territory thought differently. He approached me to bring a case. No lawyers on the island would help him, because everybody was afraid of going against the government. I saw it as an opportunity to serve, and I took it. Our efforts resulted in legislative change, but not in the way that we had planned. The first result of me stepping up was the empowerment of the community. My commitment and dedication inspired other people to join us. We formed an NGO, and soon we became a coalition of all of the environmental organizations in the country. As more and more influential people came on board, we started to form allies within the government. In the end, we lost the case. However, because the energy, the consciousness had shifted so much, the government decided to change the law and declare the area a national park with a blanket prohibition on development. Had we won the case but the consciousness not shifted, the highest outcome in court is that the decision goes back to the planners. Usually a new application gets submitted and development goes ahead. So we achieved a far more robust outcome than we had originally planned. It was in this case that I got some of my key learnings, experiential learnings, about how change happens. My first learning was that all change, or transformation, happens at the level of consciousness first, at the energy level. And fortunately, there are some amazing tools out there for working directly on this level. One of my favorites is the systemic constellation. The second thing that I learned was a different way of working, of being a channel for grace. being a conduit for a power greater than myself to work through me in service of the highest good. When working in this way, everything felt effortless. It felt as if the whole universe was conspiring to help me. I also learned that when being a transformation agent, it's not so much what you know, but it's who you are. The personal qualities that we embody is really important. Some of the key personal qualities that have helped me in my journey are intention and motivation, making sure that my attention is aligned with my highest values and that my motivation is to serve life. Believing that the desired outcome is possible. Believing that I have the power to influence the change. Commitment to do what it takes to achieve the desired result. Intuition and presence. Being present to what is and sensing deeply into the field as to what wants to emerge. Balancing of the left and the right brain. Courage to go against the grain and to be the one that takes action. Willpower to keep on taking sustained action even when things don't look as if they're going my way. And soul power. Mahatma Gandhi described this as a power that comes from a commitment to truth, love, and non-violence, which makes us an unstoppable catalyst for social transformation. I also discovered that systemic problems need systemic solutions. I was able to see the blind spots in the system and the need for systemic change in the law. If our country was a living being, law is like the DNA, the code by which the nation expresses. We all know that words have power because it carries the power of intention. When words are written down, they're even more powerful. And when they're actually driven into law, they have a tremendous force for dictating how the system operates. At the moment, we have separation from nature encoded into our societal DNA in the form of law. Nature is outside the system. Ecosystems and species are treated as objects under the law. They're either property or they're fair game. And this has several practical drawbacks that make it almost impossible to protect nature using the law. System scientist Joanna Macy outlined 3 dimensions of social change. All 3 are important. The first is action saying no, stopping destruction. This buys time, but it cannot lead to lasting change unless the second step is taken, which is creating alternatives. But the alternatives also can't take root unless the third stage is reached, which is the shift in consciousness. And it's the shift in consciousness that brings about lasting change. With Rights of Nature, we work on all 3 levels. At Rights of Nature Europe, we're working on legal innovation, driving the legal innovation into law through citizens' initiatives, raising awareness, and nature reconnection. If these laws are adopted, we'll bring about a paradigm shift in law and a paradigm shift in our societal relationship with the rest of nature so that humanity flourishes in harmony with nature for generations to come. So I'll end now with the ending of the quote that I began with from our Scottish mountaineer. Whatever you can do or dream that you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.